Guys, this is my March updates and news. I want to talk about a bunch of things. Video might run long, and the reason is because I have a lot of bats that came in here recently. I got some bats in yesterday on Friday, got some bats in last week, but this is going to be a busy March for me and the guys out hitting a lot of these bats. I'm going to try to take a lot of these bats around to these parks around San Antonio that a lot of seniors hit at and have them hit them too. Maybe do some video of them hitting, not just us. There are some things out there that I want to address in the news department, but I'll get to that later on. Basically about durability, and that I want to talk about. And well, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents worth about a lot of bat breakage and a lot of people out there are and I really do hate this, man, when guys get out there and they sell it, to try to push a product or sell a product, and they'll lie about it, you know, and then they'll get a lot of people jumping on that are bat reps and start talking about how great the bat is. Sorry, how great the bat is. But let me talk about the bats that I have in right now. I'll get to that later on. I'm kind of go through these. I have been sent some ASA and some U-Trip bats. I got a bat in the other day, an ASA bat from Suncoast, and it has the thin handle, has the tackified barrel, and it's just like the 13-inch senior softball bat. I do not do reviews on those, but I have a guy that actually is very reliable and very smart, because he's been doing this maybe as long as I have, maybe 7-8 years. I've been doing this for 11. But he knows about bats. He gets out there and hits them, and he talks about them. That's Jesse from BP Hero. I'm a subscriber to his channel. I kind of get in there and watch how he does things. He does a lot of ball exit speed testing that I don't do. But the bats that I sent him last week, and he said he's gonna hit this week, is the Suncoast 13-inch barrel ASA bat. Now, what I got in the other day are these bats right here, and these are from Dudley. These are U-Trip bats. One of them is a half-ounce end load. I'm gonna kind of put these in the back after I talk to you about them. One's a half-ounce end load. The other one's the whole ounce. One goes by half ounces. Then the other one's a balance. 2 end loads. This one is a just a regular end load right here. And Dudley is getting into U-Trip. And oh, not that one. There it is. I think this might. No, this is the half-ounce end load. First one I showed you was the balance. And they're all 13-inch barrels, 14-inch barrels, just like the senior bat, the long barrel bat. And these are U-Trip. This week sometime, this coming up week, I'm leaving to go to Vegas for hang out with my wife because she has business up there. Me and my son are going to Vegas on Thursday, so I'm going to try to get all my hitting in by Thursday, put some video out, and then I'll be back next Sunday. But I'm going to get these bats out to him, and he's going to do a total review on them, talk to you guys about them. Go to his YouTube. It's BP Hero, his YouTube page. Let me get these in order now. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the reviews I have coming out, and the reason that I'm taking a long time with these. The Miken Dudley, we just got to be talking about Dudley bats. Let's see if I can grab another one here. There's another one. This is the new 2020. This is this year's model of the 2-piece. It kind of looks like the last one at last year's, but they're built the same as last year's. They're just made a little different. They're taking a while to get them to loosen up. Flex is good in them, but it's just taking a while to get them there. The difference between the red one and the blue one on the 2-piece is one's half ounce, the other's a whole ounce. So you're gonna get a little bit more. I feel a little bit more flex in the blue one than I do the red one, but that's gonna be in the video what I put out on the final review on the Dudleys. Just like the Bobby Nifong, it's gonna take a while. And I seen this the other day where somebody was doing a review on the their opinion on the review on the Bobby Nifong, and they were saying somebody out there said this bat takes 400 swings to break in, and then he started saying that his loosened up at 75. I have never picked up a Bobby Nifong, and I love that bat that took less than 100 swings to get where it changes sounds. And that's with Bubba swinging it. So he's just throwing shit out there to try to get people to buy them because they're easy to break in. They're not easy to break in, but the longevity, they last a long time. I don't think we've cracked one, and I said this in the last video last month. We still haven't cracked one. That's Bubba's Gamer. Bubba's Gamer is a Bobby Nifong. That's how much we like that bat. I'm not trashing the bat, but don't sit there and tell people it takes less than 100 swings to break in. It doesn't. It takes a lot more than that. Well, that's with us swinging them. I think to get it where you want it, 400 swings. Quality swings, 400. That's the Nifong. And I'm kind of like going back and forth, shit that I hear on Facebook, shit that I hear on YouTube of these people talking about their opinion on bats, and it's usually a bat rep that is repping that model of bat or that make of bat, and they're spewing shit. Now, a lot of you guys are asking me about this bat. If you guys watched the video, this is my Gamer, my first term of the year. I hit 818. Made 2 outs in the tournament. It was 60. I let off. I've got over 1,000. I think it's I'm thinking it like 1,010 swings on this bat is what I have, roughly around 1,000. I think 1,009 if you really want to get down. I kind of round it off, but I've got over 1,000 swings on this bat. That seam separation that I talk about in these bats, it actually closed up on me. You can barely see it if you look at it. I think if somebody tried to get it, they couldn't even pick it out. So, but you can see it. It's just a line, It's not as thick as it was. It's not as deep as what it was. I love this bat. But that is the Johnny Bailey, and I do not have the bat that I'm going to talk about right now. No, let me before I talk about those bats, let me talk about this one. This is another one. This is another one that I want to talk about, and some guys are out there throwing stuff out there about it that is really not true, because the reason I know, because I have 2 of them, so I don't have a blim, is the Mag, the Miken Mag 7. This bat swings different for us. It's actually swinging really stiff. I'm getting no flex in the handle. The handle's pretty stiff on it. The barrel is stiff on it. It's not giving me any give when you hit it. I'm not gonna judge this bat until I get done with it. We've probably got, this is the bigger one, I think. Yeah, this is a 17.6 end load. We probably got over 200 swings on this bat, and it still has not given me any flex in the barrel. It's not giving me any flex in the handle. Now, the one thing I will tell you is, I was told whenever I was buying this bat that it has the half-ounce end load, which I don't believe in that shit anyway, because I think end loads are the end loads are built different in every bat. Every bat manufacturer puts shit out there. Now, I don't know how they get a half-ounce end load in it, but if you look at the numbers, this is a 27 ounce, guys. Look at that end load on this bat. That's a 17.6 end load. That's like a super max end load. This is a big end load. So if you guys swing a 27, you might want to drop down, because that is a huge end load on this bat. This bat, I can feel I can feel the bat lagging for me on a 27. I swing a 27 ounce Bailey bat, 12 inch. So you figured the 12 inch would swing a little heavier on the end because it's got more mass toward the end, right? So 17.6 on the end. I think Bailey's a 17. So close to a 17. What I'm saying is, like, the handle grip is 9.5, which is a little high, but half an ounce higher. But still, the bat swings heavy. So if you're swinging a 27 and you want to buy one of these, go down to 26. But what I'm saying is, a lot of you guys out there talking about this bat like it, hot out of the wrapper. He just started hitting it. Bullshit. It's taken us a while. And as with Bubba swinging it. But it doesn't flex for us yet. The handle doesn't flex. The barrel doesn't give. It's very stiff. Swings very stiff for us. But that's just starting off. We've only got 200 swings in it. I usually wait a long time you know, to get swings into a bat. And I mean, like the Nifong, you know, a lot of people give up on the Nifong, but just keep hitting it. And then a lot of you older guys, if you bought a Nifong, give it to the younger kids to hit. They're not going to crack it, man. Talking about cracking bats, before I get too far in, no, let me finish this shit. Talking about cracking bats. Elite, Carlos Vega, actually it's Ryan Vega, has sent me some bats to actually swing. And we're going to start swinging these, kind of breaking them in. Maybe do some teaser video on them. Two-piece, the Elite two-piece bats. That's the two-piece right there. I think these are balanced from what I can gather on the last ones that I got. One's a 27. Yeah, one's a 27. One's a 26. Okay, those are, we're going to start swinging those. Just maybe do a Facebook Live on them before I go to Vegas. Now, Bama. I've heard so much shit about this bat, man. A lot of you guys are out there saying it's going to make my top 5, you know, because they've swung them. And you give it to today bats. It's going to take a lot to make my top 5. And the reason is because the quality of product that's being put out there, the technology that's being put out there, is just so much greater than it was last year. We're having a bumper crop of a lot of good material coming out. So shit, I was thinking, I mean, my top 10, it went from my top 5 to my top 10. It's getting big because all these good bats that are actually being put out there. A lot of you guys are talking about these bats. Now, if you look, one's a 12-inch and the other one's a 13-inch. I like the way that 12-inch looks. I freaking love that shit. It's like right there. Now, let me tell you about this is a 26. The total weight's 25.2. I've already weighed it. 16.6 is what I like. It's a little light for me, but I still like it. But the 8.2 in the handle, like I can do the 16.6 as long as the handle weight's not over 9. If you guys know what I talk about when I talk about handle weight, you take less weight out of the hand swings mark a sledge. You're gonna be pushing more weight, in theory. So they got 8.2 in the hands, which actually makes this looks really good. So, but if it was a 16.6 and that handle weight was a 9, you know, not too many people are gonna realize what I'm talking about. You know, Bobby Gilbert would, he'd knock it off like that. But a lot of you guys that pay attention to my my YouTube channel and my website, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's an 8.2. So don't be fooled by this because you're going to see this, and that's low handle weight. So it's going to swing heavier on the end. Those are the Bama bats that I'm going to start swinging. One's a 20, I think one's a 25, and the other's 26. Might be a 25.5. Yeah, 25.5. They come in half ounces. And the other one's a 26.5 to 13-inch. Cannot wait to swing those. I just got those in and we're gonna start swinging them. Maybe we're gonna hit those before I go to Vegas. Maybe do a Facebook Live on it. After I put this video out, I'm gonna, the next day or next 2 days after this, I'm gonna put a video out on how I weigh these bats. Like you just seen how I weighed that bat. I hope this is it. Dang it, yeah. I actually put numbers on it. My numbers are gonna be different than your numbers when I do the video. And the reason is because I got a different scale than you do. But I weigh every one of my bats on that same scale. So whenever I'm picking a formula, like I talk about, you know, like the handle weight, I just got to talk about the handle weight. A lot of you guys look too much on the end weight. And I don't want to get too far in the video about talking about this. I will in the next video. But a lot of you guys get way too far involved in the end weight. 17, 16.5, 17.2, you know, 17.5. Which that was what that Mag 4 was. But what I'm saying is the handle weight makes a difference. Billy taught me this back in the 80s. It's the handle weight that makes a difference, not the freaking end weight. Handle weight is what determines an end load, max load, max load, max load, end load. You still got to have that weight in the end. That's why to a balanced bat, to a mid load is what I'm trying to say. That's how come you can swing a lighter bat. And I'm going to go into depth about this later on. That's how come you can swing a lighter bat and still get performance. A lot of you older guys need to start going to a lighter bat to generate bat speed, but you got to go to a lighter handle weight. You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys bitch and moan because a lot of the big guys swing 26-ounce bats. Well, there's a reason why they swing 26-ounce bat. They can increase the bat speed if you take weight out of the hands. Makes it swing like a sledge. So when it swings like a sledge, guys, that barrel's going to flex a lot more for you. Big barrel flex, ball goes far. I'm just telling you, I've learned that when Billy taught me that shit back in the 80s, and that's another video I'm going to talk about later on too. So everybody out there, my next video is going to be on how I weigh my bats, and I put these numbers on them, and you go to my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com, and you can look at them on there, the recent ones. I took a lot of the old ones off because they don't make them anymore. I'm going to update that this next week, probably when I'm in Vegas and my wife's working. So I'll probably be in the room doing that stuff. Crack bats. Shit, I'll get that in a minute. Demarinis. You guys see my video. There's video coming out this week. My behind the scenes videos, guys. You need to watch those because you can actually see us talking. It's just not a review. You can watch us talk. Watch the reaction we get when we go from bat to bat and swing it. And if we like it or not. We talk. I do cut some stuff out, but stuff that you guys don't need to hear. Maybe too much cursing. But the behind the scene videos, if you guys watch them, you'll kind of get an idea of how we do this when we talk to each other. There is a lot more talking than it is in our reviews. Our reviews is me talking at the beginning, me talking at the end, and a lot of hitting in between, just watching the performance. But when we do behind the scenes, you can actually watch our reaction when we hit a bat. We're talking about a bat's too stiff, my hands hurt. What's so funny with Billy and Bubba is they have their wrist hurt when they swing a stiff bat. So whenever they start complaining about the wrist, the first thing is that bat's stiff. So if you watch Billy or Bubba, you know, these are just little things we've done, you know, I picked up, is that top bone right here will hurt on their right hand when they're pushing a stiff bat. They don't get no flex. If the bat swings like a log, you can watch them grab their wrist and start, you know, Bubba will even say, you know, my wrist is starting to hurt, the bat's too stiff. It doesn't flex on me or anything. And this is another thing too. I was talking to a guy the other day that he sat there and told me that no bat flexes. That's a myth that bats do flex. Well, I'm here to tell you, they don't flex a lot, but they do flex a little bit. I'm just telling you that we can feel the flex. If you hit a lot of softballs, guys, you can feel that flex. So I kind of didn't argue with him. I just listened to what he had to say, and that was it. But he was trying to convince me that there is no bat, no senior bat out there that actually that handle will flex on you. It does. I feel it. Billy can feel it, and Bubba can feel it. So that's just another thing. I want to talk about the Demarinis. That video's coming out. There's a lot of videos coming out about the Demarinis. This is not your everyday. This is not your last year's Demarini, year before. I was a hater on Demarini only because the way they loaded their bats, and I thought they put too much weight in the hands to get any kind of distance, any kind of performance on the barrel. Your hands, like Billy, you'll hear Billy say this every once in a while on those behind the scenes. He goes, the bat flex, the handle flex, the barrel flex will actually work simultaneously together to actually help with the performance of the bat. And Billy's the bat guru. He's the guy that taught me everything that I know back in the 80s about all this shit. I'm going to get into depth about what Billy did back in the day when it comes to bats. Aluminum bats. Whenever he would experiment on aluminum bats, he would test aluminum bats. They would send bats to him to swing. But that's a whole totally different video. The Demarinis I love. My opinion about the Demarinis, the only thing I do not like is the thick handle on them. If you guys are like, it's hard picking up a Suncoast, swinging it, and then grab that Demarini handle, and you're like, it's like swinging a big ass broom handle. But with the performance, you know. And a lot of you guys think thick handle, more weight on the hands. It's not necessarily that. I don't know what kind of weight they got in those hands, but what kind of carbon they got in there. But it's light. It's pretty light on those hands. But it's just thick. I don't like the thickness of the hands. I try to get my hands, the handle as thin as I can get it. Demarinis are coming out. I'm going to do a lot of video on Demarinis because I'm excited about the bat. I'm going to take my time. In my opinion, the Balance, the Midload, and the Denny all have the same barrel. They're just loaded different, and they're loaded good. From every bat that I have measured, with the way that I measure my bats, with the weights, every one of those bats are measured or weighed really good. The Larry Carter is a true mid-load. The balance is a true balance. We're getting, not we, Bubba, because of his bat speed, is getting tremendous performance with the balance. He loves the balance, and it's got a 10.5, I think, handle weight. You know, which is kind of, it's got to be the carbon, it's got to be the barrel flexes. So I'm going to talk about those in 3 separate videos, with the Larry Carter, the Denny, and then the Paul Sadler, Paul Stanley bat. But those are going to be separated, because I do like every one of those bats the way they perform. Every one of them the way they perform. And I'm going to kind of get in depth with a lot of that. Now, let me talk about bats cracking. Everything I see out there is about bats cracking, and a lot of you guys are talking. And I'm not saying you guys, you guys are lying. I'm really not. So don't take this personal, and don't take this that I'm calling a lot of you guys out. I'm really not. My biggest thing is, there's so many things that go into swinging a bat in cold weather. Where were the balls? Where was the bat? Are you swinging indoors? You know, was the bat in your garage? Was the balls in your garage? If you're indoors, somebody told me the other day that he swung a bat, he cracked a bat swinging inside of a D-bat. Well, the D-bat balls are like cork balls. They're like, remember those SB12s from back in the 70s? You know, the Dudley SB12, I think is what it was. That thing, it's like a sock. That's what our balls are. And you'll never crack a bat using 200 miles an hour bat speed, and you're never going to crack a bat with those balls, because they just collapse, they implode. So, but get away from that. You guys, I don't know where, but we're in San Antonio, Texas. It is so hard for us to get outside and hit in 60-degree weather. If we're pushing 60, we're pushing it, guys. And you guys are north than us. A lot of you guys are north than us. I hardly ever hear a guy in South Florida or South California saying they cracked their bat and it was 80 degrees outside. What I think needs to happen is we need to raise the bar a little bit in 70, 75 degree weather, which I'm going to do from here on out. I'm going to start, we're not going to hit in 60, 65 degree weather anymore. I'm going to start hitting 70, 75 degree weather now. And I can do that here in San Antonio. It's just going to take longer to break bats in, for one, and longer to get the video out. So from now on, we are going to start hitting in 70, 75 degree weather. We're hitting 44, 375 compression balls. We don't hit no 52, 300s. Why? Because you guys don't hit that in games. So we're going to hit the balls that you hit in games to get a true review on a bat. Because a bat performs different than it does with a 52, 300. It does. To get any kind of performance, you got to have mass on the end. That's just me telling you that. You got to have big end load to hit those balls a long way. And you got barrel flex. Big end load, barrel flex. So, I'm not calling you guys out. Don't start getting pissed, start putting shit down in the comment section below that I'm saying you guys are lying. There are blims out there, guys. But here's the deal, and you got to understand the reps and the bat manufacturer. When you're coming around in mid-winter and you're saying I cracked my bat, first thought in his mind, you hit it in cold weather, you know. So he's questioning you, and then you get mad because he questioned you. Why are you even picking up a bat? And this is just me. Why the hell are you picking up a bat, a top tier bat, in midwinter and going out there and swinging it? You know, get a piece of shit bat off eBay that costs $50 and swinging that damn thing. That's comparable to the weight that you're going to jump right into. Well, anyway, that being said, we're gonna start hitting 70 degree weather, not no 60 degree weather, because we have cracked bats. So I'm thinking, I'm with you guys, I'm thinking maybe we need to hit in 70 degree weather, 75 degree weather to actually get that longevity a little bit better in that bat. Demarini Demo Day, the end of the month of March. Larry Carter's going to come in. We have a tournament in College Station. I think it's don't get me on this one, 27th, the last weekend of March. We're in College Station. Larry Carter called me up the other day, asked me to do Facebook Live. I'm going to do Facebook Live. Demarini Demo Day. It's going to be on that Friday. I have a flyer. I'll put it up right now. Flyer's going to go up right now. Demarini Demo Day. You guys need to be there to swing these bats. We're going to have some bats there that are going to be broke in. You guys can swing them. And just give your opinion. I'm going to have video running, videotape everything, and we're going to do Facebook Live that whole afternoon, that Friday afternoon. We're going to grab a field, and Larry's bringing some balls down. We're going to hit there. That ought to be fun. More information, if you guys look at the flyer that I just put up. Oh wow. Caption. YouTube offered me this, and I'm gonna try to get through these. This is 25 minutes long already. Caption on my YouTube videos, where you guys, and I hear this, a lot of you guys are at work trying to watch my videos, because when I put a video up, it's usually in the morning on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So what they're going to be doing is Caption now. They're going to be doing Caption on my videos. So make sure when you get on my videos, you actually click on that to get me not talking loud, because you guys watch this at work and they'll hear you. Or you're at home at nighttime watching it because your wife's in bed, or you're in bed and you're watching videos and the wife is asleep, and she's not going to get pissed. So I'm going to have Caption on my videos from now on. I actually pushed that this morning. Johnny Bailey, WSL, Paul Sadler. I'm going to give his information right here. Give him a call. They got tournaments coming up. The rules are different. Paul Sadler, get a hold of him. His information is going to be right here. Look at the rules. He's totally getting into this softball that actually going to benefit a lot of the senior players. Big awards. And I've always been this guy that, about the patch, it pissed me off because you pay that kind of money and they give you a little patch that they get made in China or whatever, and they get millions of them at a time and pay pennies on the dollar and then give it to you, slap on the back. So see you guys later. That is it, guys. I probably forgot something, but that's okay. But I really want to talk about things that that I thought a lot of news, a lot of good bats coming out. And let's get out there, have a good year. Our first big tournament, we played in one tournament the other day and it wasn't that big, but our first big tournament is in College Station. Everybody's going to be there. We're playing 55s. That's the same weekend. Friday we're doing that demo day with Demarini. Hope to see you guys there. If not, I'll see you guys on the field this year. Thanks, guys.